Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 5 of the Beyond the Game Parent Series. I'm Candace Lodre, your favorite family life coach, as well as the Programs and Operations Director at 4 Point Play. We are going through the free ebook that is Beyond the Game, focusing on the emotional and mental needs of an athlete through positive affirmations. If you have not downloaded the ebook, please look in the comments. You can go ahead and download it right now. It's a great, awesome resource for you to utilize with your young athlete in enforcing and encouraging positive affirmations over your athlete so they can be able to live out the great gifts and talents that is within them, as well as you're being able to, again, address the mental and emotional needs of an athlete in a more comfortable, easy, and positive way. So this week, we are going to be focusing on leadership. So as considering that we are talking about athletes, one of the things that we hope and envision for our athletes is that they take on leadership roles, whether they are the captain of the football team, whether they are a point guard on a basketball team, whether they're a leader in a soccer team, whatever sport that they play. Most of the time, our vision as a parent is wanting them to be at the head, correct? But not only for the recognition as far as for them to be a leader, we want to make sure that they seriously take on what a leader does, the qualities of a leader, right? So in being a leader, some of the great qualities that you can see in great leadership is accountability, making sure that you can pull out the gifts of your team to make a whole team great. Being able to share the spotlight, once again, emphasizing the gifts with others around you, being able to be a peacemaker. Those are all things that great leaders assume as far as qualities are concerned. So we want to make sure that we are not only expressing and telling our young athletes to do these things, but we want to be the example as well as show them and express to them how to be a leader. Most of the times as parents, we sometimes think that these things come naturally, and that they do, don't get me wrong, but sometimes we have quiet, timid, and introvert athletes that have amazing leadership skills, but because we just look at the outside of what's going on and not necessarily digging in deep, we are missing out on our athletes being able to be powerful and impactful leaders on their teams or within their families. So we want to make sure that we are definitely encouraging as well as helping them to be able to pull out those leadership skills and eventually be able to be leaders on their team. So this week we are focusing on affirmation 18 and affirmation 19. So we're going to start with obviously 18, and it reads, our athlete will strive to be the head and not the tail in all situations. Our family will teach our athlete through resources, experiences, and the Bible how to be above and not beneath. We will encourage our athlete the importance of being an example and leading others in their environment. So with that affirmation, it pretty much expresses how we want our young athletes to know that they are leaders in whatever environment that they are in, and we are going to be a resource and a tool to help them to be able to pull out those awesome leadership skills that they may possess. And again, like I said earlier, some kids or youth or athletes naturally have leadership skills, but you can teach leadership skills as well to our youth by not only, again, being an example, but utilizing resources and tools to help them to be able to bring it out. While some skills may be weaknesses, you can always turn those weaknesses into strengths. So one thing that kind of comes out to me And this affirmation is about the different things that you can utilize to point out or help your athlete to be a leader. And one of the things that is mentioned is the Bible. When you go to the Bible, you can utilize the Bible as far as great examples of leaders that are within the Bible. Some that, were naturally born leaders and some that were not. Also too, utilizing scriptures is an awesome way of helping your youth and your athlete to know how to become a leader or to continue to encourage themselves in becoming a leader. So 2 scriptures that came to mind to me were Deuteronomy 28:13, which reads, "The Lord will make you like the head and not like the tail. You will be on top and not on the bottom. But you must obey the commands of the Lord your God that I am giving you today, being careful to keep them." So I'm reading from the Everyday Bible. I read this Bible with my kids because, it simplifies to the simplest extent of the scriptures for them to be able to understand. And so that's a great scripture to utilize and use as far as to have your athlete meditate on, so that they know that if they follow the Lord's commands, that they will always be ahead of the game. The Lord will bring out those gifts in them to continue to make them to be the best leader that they can be. The next scripture is Romans 12:8, which reads, "Whoever has the gift of encouraging others should encourage. Whoever has the gift of giving to others should give freely. Anyone who has the gift of being a leader should try hard when he leads. And whoever has the gift of showing mercy to others should do so with joy." So with that scripture, what I love about that is, it emphasizes that if you know that you're a leader, or if your athlete know that they're a leader and they have those leadership skills, they should try their best, no matter what, to continue to emphasize the leadership skills, whether it's within the team, whether it's when they're in their academic environments, whether they're at home. They should always make sure that they are operating in those leadership skills to the best of their ability. So I will make sure that I put those 2 scriptures in the comments as well, to be able to, again, you can have those as references to have your athlete read them every day. Make sure that, again, it encourage them and that they meditate on it so that they could continue to be the best leaders that they can be. So moving on to affirmation 19, which reads, "Our athlete will learn to welcome change and embrace their journeys at every point. As a family, we will teach our athlete change is inevitable and can have a positive outcome given time. We will encourage our athlete to strive to look for the positive in everything, and we will strive as a family to do the same." So again, a great leadership quality is attempting to make the best out of a situation, finding the silver lining in negative outcomes or outcomes that didn't necessarily go their way, seeing the good in everything. Those are great leadership qualities, because that allows for others that are following them to be able to know that, okay, there is always good at the end of the tunnel. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always good, no matter what the situation is. And so we want to encourage our athletes to make sure that they are emphasizing that and doing that, again, in whatever environment that they are in, focusing on the positive and the good out of whatever circumstance that they may be in. As I've discussed previously in previous episodes, for we do know that our athletes are dealing with a lot more than what, or our youth, I should say, are dealing with a lot more than what we're used to dealing with. Especially with the increase of technology and accessibility to be able to see any and everything at any given moment. And so with that, it's a blessing and a curse, as they say, and the curse is that, any negativity or any issues or drama or problems that before, when we was younger, we could, walk away from when it was at school and it stayed at school, or if it was at home, we can go to school and escape it. It can follow them wherever they go. And so it's important for us to instill in our youth that they can find positive in any situation. They can be able to look at how it can be better, regardless of whatever step they are in their journey. And so, again, that takes us being an example, which sometimes is not that easy, but we all have the capabilities of being able to seek and see the silver lining in situations and being able to make the best out of the situation. And so we want to continue to encourage our young athletes in doing the same as they become the next leaders of this world. So hopefully these affirmations as well as this information was a blessing to you and your family. Again, continue to follow us at www.4pointplay.org. That's www.4 P as in Paul, T as in Thomas, play spelled out, PLAY.org. As you can see as well, I am wearing one of our apparel pieces, you can say, our Know Better, Do Better, Lead Better. Go and shop in our apparel shop. Everything we do has a purpose. And so while we're necessarily not just selling apparel for fashion, we're selling it to continue to emphasize what our mission is and what we want to encourage our athletes to do. And so, hey, living out loud, whatever your purpose is the best way to go. So definitely look through our shop and get some nice apparel for you, your husband, your wife, your kids, your aunties, your grandma. It's something for everybody. But also to share. Make sure that you share the episodes that you've been watching. Make sure that you share any programs, clinics that you've seen come to pass on your timelines. Spreading the word only allows for our mission to continue to live on. So we want to make sure that we are touching each and every person in a positive way, and we can only do that through you. So again, make sure that you follow us, like our information that comes up before you. And again, share. If you have any questions or comments, please contact us. Go to our website and let us know what you think. Go on any of our social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and let us know what you think. Let us know what you need, because we are here to service you. And again, we just thank you guys for following us as long as you have. If you're a newcomer, thank you for joining and supporting us. And again, continue to spread the word. So we'll see you next week and hope you have a great weekend.